there, people of YouTube land. It's your boy, Sailor Dodo here, back today with another episode of the Godcast. We haven't done an episode of the Godcast in a little while, but today was a revolutionary, once-in-a-lifetime pay-per-view. History-making WWE pay-per-view. All women's. Women are good. Women are just as good as men. But just remember, women are just as good as men. But did you know, Austin, women are just as good as men? Equality.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have guessed. They have it so bad. You know, I should just feel so bad for them.
Dude, they were making it seem like this was the 1950s or some shit again. Like, dude, women haven't been oppressed anywhere that isn't Saudi Arabia, which we're going back to on Friday, might I add.
Oh, yeah.
They haven't been oppressed anywhere for the longest time. This equality shit, been a thing like for the longest of time, you know. You go back to the 1970s and shit, and it was an equal playing field back then too, okay? So this isn't new, and I don't...
Yeah, really.
Also, first all-women's pay-per-view. Obviously, they've never heard that there's all-women's promotions in the wrestling biz out there.
Yeah, and TNA did an all-women's pay-per-view before.
Yes, it was a one-night-only Knockouts extravaganza that they did. So, WWE isn't very revolutionary or once-in-a-lifetime.
Oh, just remember, also, the last woman standing, they said it was the first ever, even though I guess Asuka versus Nikki Cross didn't happen.
It didn't happen in NXT. I will say, Charlotte and Becky Lynch did put on a better effort than Asuka and Nikki Cross.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
awesome match.
We're going to gush about that match as we progress on, but first and foremost, we should get to the match card. And I have to pull up Wikipedia, because even though this event just happened as we are recording this right now, no more than 5-10 minutes ago, I can't remember barely any of the matches off by heart, so I have no choice but to log on to Wikipedia and see what the hell happened to kind of remind myself.
Yeah, I had the wiki.
Alright.
I had the wiki brought up.
Alright, we are loading the Wikipedia page right as we speak, and I will get into this. The very first match of the evening was nostalgia-based. It was Trish Stratus and Lita versus Mickie James and Alicia Fox with Alexa Bliss at ringside because she's injured. What did you think of this match?
Did we see the intro with the guitar woman?
I was hoping that we wouldn't have to fucking talk about this, but okay. I've been a musician for going on 12 years. I am a guitarist of 12 years, I would say. This isn't an ego trip for me or anything like that. I could outplay that cunt that started the show when I was 8 years old. She was sloppy, unrefined, had no technique, overrated as hell. And then we have this woman at ringside just basically screaming with a really bad drumming background. How great. It was a wonderful opener, and then we have people pretending to actually be entertained and clap out of pity for what we just heard. It was trash. It was awful. It was trash. And also,
cringe.
If we're going to talk about cringy, trash, garbage, how about we talk about how there was already a botch at the very first second of this pay-per-view when Michael's mic wasn't even turned on. That's when I knew that
the first of many
botches, but let's face it, everybody sort of expected this show to not go without any flaws, okay? It was very predictable. I'm sorry, but it's true. It was predictable. There are some very good female talents, don't get me wrong, but the roster for females overall in the WWE is very mixed bag. You have some that are like Charlotte Flair tier, and then you have some that are...
The Iconics.
The Iconics, yeah. It's very disjointed. It's not a very equal playing ground like the men's division is. Like the men's division, pretty much every wrestler in the men's division is somewhat capable, no matter what. But the women's division, you have a couple hacks in there. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple of, good hacks in there. And some hacks, like Nikki Bella, are put in the goddamn main event.
Like the winner of the Battle Royal tonight.
Yeah, it is true. Nia Jax isn't necessarily known for technical prowess or anything of the sort.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that we got the trash opening concert out of the way, which, by the way, WWE, hire me. I swear I fucking play better than that girl, by the way.
Yeah.
And I won't charge you as much money. I'll go on for free, for crying out loud, okay? I swear I'll go on for free. But now we're going to get to the first match. Trish Stratus, Lita versus Mickie James, Alicia Fox, Alexa Bliss at ringside. What did you think of this match?
It was all right. It's about what I was expecting. Trish and Lita, they actually look better than I thought they would for how long they've been away from the ring.
That's true.
Trish especially, I thought she did pretty good.
Mm.
And, yeah, they pretty much dominated.
Yeah, that's pretty much the match in a nutshell. It was what you expected. It was a nostalgia
Bliss
trip.
looked good.
Well, I mean, isn't that every single time that she shows up, really?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's the surprise there?
She had that nice black lipstick on.
Evil Queen, Halloween coming up soon. Thought she'd done a little cosplay for that. I'm into it. Anyway, so, my opinions on this match, Trish Stratus and Lita did pretty good, given, again, as you said, how long they were away.
Yeah.
Lita's looks, I'd say, were the hottest overall. Like, this was the hottest I've ever seen Lita look, personally. I don't know why. I was just into the way that she looked in this match. And Trish Stratus, her technical skills were really sound, actually.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't half bad, and she was out wrestling many of the women currently on the WWE payroll.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
It is sad, but it's true. Mickie James and Alicia Fox basically just sold the entire match to make Trish Stratus and Lita look good, and that was that. I'd give it like a 2.75 star rating if you were asking me. Which, by the way, I am going to give star ratings now, because I just like giving star ratings.
Yeah, I'd say I'd give it the same.
So 2.75 stars, not bad, but you're not missing out on anything if you haven't seen it. Next up was the Battle Royale for a chance at the Women's Championship. What did you think of this?
It was more entertaining than I expected it to be. I thought it was better than the Women's Battle Royal at WrestleMania. The match itself, it was good, but I didn't like the winner. I really didn't expect someone like Nia Jax to win.
Not at all. Not at all. My opinions of the Battle Royal, I mean, as you said, it was more entertaining than it had any right to be. And of course, the Jobber Iconics eliminated first. That was already a great sign as is.
Yeah, I'd like that.
The legends in the match didn't really do anything at all.
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
I guess Ivory was the one that did the most with the dance break with Carmella. She got the most screen time was Ivory. Okay, fair game. Like I already know like Alundra Blaze wouldn't be able to work a long match given the fact that she probably hasn't wrestled a match in like 20 years or so. But you know, that's basically that. I was really rooting for Asuka or Ember Moon to win this match, but they just kind of lost to Nia Jax because Nia Jax is a woman that they push because reasons?
Does this mean we're going to have to see Nia Jax versus
Yeah, we're going to have to see that at Survivor Series again.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. Well, we can't have it at Crown Jewel because, you know, Crown Jewel...
That's true.
You know, women can't compete.
No women allowed. They got to be in bee outfits.
That's true. They have to be in beekeeper suits. Like, what else? I was going to try to make another joke, but unfortunately, I'm not clever enough to make another joke that can top that observation. So,
because if they show, like, their elbow, then they break out those whips.
It's true, like...
and tell them to get back to pulling the carriage.
the horse-drawn carriage. Or actually, who am I kidding? It's not a horse. It's a goat carriage. Like, who are we kidding ourselves?
Yeah, because they like to have sex with them.
Yeah, they love tongue-kissing goats down there. They can't get enough of it. Also, porn. If you didn't know, porn in the country, if a woman shows her ankle, the boners are sky high.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, if you see a nice, smooth ankle, I mean, the men just go fucking wild.
If they show, like, a toe, then that's really what sets them off.
I mean, they come out of their wiener like a goddamn Gatling gun if they see that toe. A nice, clean toe. Like, it's game over. It really is game over. The next match of the night was a match that I legitimately enjoyed. It was
good one.
It was the Mae Young Classic Tournament Final match. We had Toni Storm versus Io Shirai. I had no doubt in my mind that this would be a solid affair given the talent of both competitors that were wrestling tonight, but it was a little on the short side. It was cut short. What did you think of this match, though, overall?
Thought it was pretty damn good for what it was. Like you said, I wish it was more than 10 minutes. But yeah, it's what I was expecting. They both did good. Io Shirai got that crisp-ass moonsault. Toni Storm looked good. This is a really solid match.
I'm sorry, but I'm just going to be the wild card. Everyone loves Toni Storm, but I think this is me kind of being a bit of a weeb, but Io Shirai was the star here. I don't.
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. She definitely outperformed her.
Like Io Shirai, in my opinion, she's probably the most athletic woman I've ever seen grace a WWE ring with. How she fucking just beautifully
Yeah,
did
she's talented.
everything. Everything was executed so flawlessly with her. Everything was just so technically sound with her. You know, Toni Storm's not a bad wrestler in her own right, don't get me wrong. She's really solid. But I think people do overrate her a little bit because people are like, oh, she's the greatest female wrestler going today. Not quite. Not quite that good, folks. Not quite there. But she is really solid, and she can work a really good match with a really good opponent, and we saw that here.
Yeah.
They did the most with their 10-minute time limit, and I thought it was just ace. It was an ace.
Yeah, they really did. For only 10 minutes, yeah, they really did the most they could have.
By the way, I forgot to give a star rating to the Battle Royal. I would have given the Battle Royal a 2.5 star rating. It would have been a little...
Yeah, I'd say, same.
And for Toni Storm versus Io Shirai, I would have given it 3.5 or 3.75 stars. If it went longer, could have been in the 4 range.
Yeah, I'd say I'd give it 3.5.
All right. Next up is the 6-woman tag match that Austin didn't watch all of.
The one that I missed.
Because he was watching a superior match over this.
Brock versus Goldberg at Mania 33.
I mean, it clearly was superior over what we witnessed here. Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya defeated the Riot Squad. This was, I said it best on my Twitter, it was the serviceable main event on a bad episode of Raw. That's what it came off feeling. I did notice a couple off things here and there. Like, for instance, Sasha Banks needs to stop doing moves out of her league. She really does. She tried doing a senton over the top rope, and she missed it by like a fucking mile. And then
every time. Yeah, feels like every time she tries to do something like really athletic, she botches it somehow.
Like a suicide dive, a top rope senton, it just never seems to fully work for her. And she kept trying to do like the knees. That is Michael Cole's Meteora, as he always says. Like he's really excited anytime she hits those double knees off the top rope.
Double knees.
She was never able to properly land them. She would always turn it into a Thez press. Aside from that, Bayley did pretty good. Natalya, the double sharpshooter, was good. The Riot Squad did a good job. The good offense, good defense. They did solid. What did you think of the match?
Yo, what was Sarah Logan wearing when she came out? She looked like she dressed up or some shit.
I didn't pay any attention to Sarah Logan, to be honest.
She looked like she was dressed up as a ghost or some shit when she came.
She a Viking.
Oh yeah, she's a Viking. I thought, even though they said she was a backwoods girl at first.
No, not now. She's a Viking and competes in Viking competitions, apparently.
Oh my.
Okay, well, how about that? Aside from that, do you have anything else you want to say about this match, or are we...
Nah.
Alright, my star rating for this match is... I'd say 2.5 stars, again. Not bad, not great, just it existed.
Bro, we're at the cursed match now.
Now, folks, I think you all know, or are aware, that I really enjoy Kairi Sane. I really enjoy Kairi Sane. I think she's a phenomenal performer, and I mean, she's just such a wife. Such a goddamn wife to me. You know,
she is a waifu.
A waifu actually existing in the real world.
Her favorite anime is One Piece. That means you can't go wrong.
No, you really can't. She is the greatest Straw Hat ever, period.
Yeah, she is a pirate.
She is a pirate. That's exactly what it is. I always consider her like the best Straw Hat pirate there is. I mean, actually, not quite Zoro and Sanji, you know, they sort of have a little bit of an advantage here. But I mean, Kairi's saying solid. She works in there with Nami and Robin just fine, okay? She works, alright? And I don't know if y'all know, I really don't like Shayna Baszler. She's probably my least favorite woman in the entire WWE payroll right now.
She looks like a 12-year-old bully off a playground.
Yeah, that's been...
And she acts like one.
Yeah, that's been touched by their parents or a weird uncle or some shit like that.
And she sounds like a boy when she talks.
My dad literally said that she looks like she's on, like, testosterone or some shit because of how manly she looks. I wouldn't put it past her either. She really does look way too manly. She doesn't even walk around like a woman. She walks around like a man. She walks around like a fucking transgender man or some shit like that. I can't really describe it, but that's just how it is. My opinions on this match. I thought the match was okay. I thought Shayna Baszler utilized locks and focusing on the arm way too much, as she does every single match she's in. Kairi Sane carried her ass to a seemingly decent affair. And then we have these no-name motherfuckers that we've never seen before. These goons, as you stated, cost Kairi Sane the championship with the sloppiest goddamn punch I've ever seen.
Yeah, really. It's like the fakest looking punch.
Ever. And then she falls back into a submission, and then she doesn't even tap her. The referee just goes, I gotta stop the match. She's the champion.
I was like, really? It's so gay. Like, they got... The moment she punched her, I was like, are you serious? This is how you're gonna have her lose? So lame.
I sort of called this from a mile away, because Kairi Sane has gone to zip to Shayna Baszler before. And as soon as I saw the goons at ringside, I was like, you're gonna do some shit, and then she's gonna lose. I was already defeated when I saw them come out. And unfortunately, my premonition was reality, and Kairi Sane lost. And now many people are saying, oh, she's going to the main roster. That sort of thing. Like, oh, she gets to move on to the main roster.
That's a bad thing. That's a very, very bad thing.
Okay, well, let's think about NXT people to the main roster. Come on, let's take a little look at what happens to NXT people when they go to the main roster, huh? Bobby Roode, main eventer in NXT. What's he doing now? Huh?
Dead.
The Ascension, one of the most dominant tag teams in NXT history. What are we doing now? Huh?
Super dead. They're actually in a feud with Roode, but they're also super dead.
Alright. What about Shinsuke Nakamura? And many people would say defend this. Many people would defend him. But he's done nothing but lose WWE title matches. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
He's had about 6 opportunities, and he lost every one of them.
Yep. Let's talk about Anandre Cien Almas, a.k.a. one of my favorite wrestlers on the WWE payroll right now.
Doing nothing.
Doing absolutely nothing. Gave WWE its first 5-star match since Cena versus Punk at Money in the Bank 2011. Responsible at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia with Johnny Gargano. And now he's doing fuck all on SmackDown Live. R-Truth is getting far more screen time than this 5-star actor.
Yeah, for real. That's when you know it's bad.
Fortnite dance breaks are getting more time on SmackDown Live than an Anandre Cien Almas. What a joke. What a joke.
The cringe breaks.
The cringe breaks. And then, let's talk about some of the women that have come up. Ember Moon. What has Ember Moon done on the main roster?
Literally nothing.
Let's talk about what Bayley has done ever since she's come up.
Yeah, you talk about someone they completely pulled the plug on. Like, they were pushing her like at first, and now for over a year she's done 0.
All right. And how about we get to another big perpetrator here? Let's talk about Finn Balor. What has he done since he's come up from NXT, huh?
Been very gay. He won the belt, got injured, and then came back and acted very gay.
Yep. That's pretty much... I was a huge Finn Balor stan at one point, and
lost his rematch to a distracted Roman Reigns.
Who probably was battling cancer at the time now.
Yep. Yeah, really.
Okay, then. Alright. GG. So, Kairi Sane going to the main roster? Guess what's gonna happen, folks? Guess what's gonna happen? Also, hell, you even think of guys that even had nominal success, such as Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens is now injured and hasn't won a match since his feud with Braun Strowman in the summer.
Yeah, really. He's a guy like, once he lost to Goldberg, that was pretty much it.
Yeah. And then Sami Zayn has never really been able to get his footing in the company at all.
Yeah.
So, stay down on NXT, Kairi Sane. And
you really just stay.
And beat Shayna Baszler and make her quit wrestling and go back to MMA where she can be with other lesbian-looking motherfuckers.
Yeah, really. Either stay or just go back to Japan. It's really not worth going to the main roster.
Honestly, at this point, I'd be okay if she went back to Japan because she's sort of done everything that she can do with WWE or what WWE is willing to do with her at this point.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot to mention the greatest representative of what NXT the main main roster is. It's another Japanese female wrestler that we all know and love. Her name is Asuka. The most dominant female competitor in WWE history in NXT is now relegated to putting over Nia Jax at the beginning of a show battle royal.
It's so sad. It's so sad. Like, I remember when she lost to Charlotte, everyone was like, "Well, she lost once. They can just she's fine. She's fine." And then, I mean, she's literally just jobber immediately when she loses.
She jobbed to Carmella multiple times.
They do this with everyone. Like, fucking everyone that's like undefeated for a long time. They just fucking, when they job out finally, they're just a jobber forever. Like Rusev.
Yeah, I was just about to mention Rusev, and he's just a complete jobber now. Great. All right, awesome. You built him up for Ryback. Did we ever mention Ryback?
Yeah.
Same shit with him. Jobber.
It's funny because both of them was to Cena. Cena was the guy who buried both of them.
Very, very fitting. Which, by the way, John Cena is not going to be at Crown Jewel. Just thought I'd mention that. He's out of the WWE World Cup, the biggest extravaganza to crown the best in the world.
Yeah, the best in the world in fucking Saudi Arabia.
For best in the world, I'm seeing a very stunning lack of the likes of Kenny Omega in it.
Yeah.
Kazuchika Okada, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tetsuya Naito. I'm seeing a big lack of them in...
No Jericho.
No Chris Jericho either, best in the world at what he does. But Chris Jericho is too busy being on a very cute cruise to do Crown Jewel. The cute cruise.
Yeah, really.
So, understandable. Jericho's just got better things to do. Such as...
Yeah, really. The last thing on his mind is going back to this fucking terrible place.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I listened to an interview with him, and
he exposed it.
He exposed how trash it was. And I really pity the people that are having to go back to Saudi Arabia, especially during this very tumultuous time with the WWE right now due to the Omar Gaddafi. I can't remember.
Yeah, they literally killed a fucking American.
They killed some dude in the embassy, dismembered him, and they admit, like, oh yeah, we did that. Yeah. They literally fucking said, we did that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But let's just continue on with it, though. Yeah, let's just continue on with
let's just go back.
Even though Crown Jewel had not Crown Jewel, but the Greatest Royal Rumble had the weirdest, most awful audience I had ever seen for a wrestling event.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking, like, salad dressing wearing people.
People popping louder for Babatunde than Chris Jericho.
And Kali and Hornswoggle. They pop more for, like, Hornswoggle than anyone.
Yep. Let that sink in, folks. Let that really sink in. Also, star rating to get back on track for Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane. 0 dud. If I could give it minus, I would. All right?
Yeah.
Just because of the outcome. If it was non-biased outcome, 1.25 stars.
Yeah, really.
The sixth match was hands down the best match of the night. The only match which I would tell y'all to actively seek out and watch off this card because
so good.
It was fucking awesome. It was Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. They put on probably the best main roster women's match I have ever seen.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say it's the best main roster women's match I've ever seen.
It was just extraordinary. I've been rambling on for a long time. I'll let you talk about this match for a little bit.
All right, I would say this was, in terms of like last man standing matches in general, this one's probably pretty high up there with like some of the best ones that I've seen. Like, they fucking had a war in this match, so many weapons. By the end of it, the ring was like covered in shit. They were throwing chairs everywhere. They had tables set up. There were like so many table bumps in this match. This match was fucking great.
Yeah, it was honestly such an awesome affair. And I was very, 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 emphasis on very salty that Kairi Sane lost going into this match.
Yeah.
But, sorry. Aside from Kairi Sane losing prior, this match sort of made up for that. unfortunate booking decision on WWE's behalf with Sane putting over Baszler. This match was a near 30-minute epic, one of the best last man standing matches I have ever seen. I'd say, like, if you want last man standing matches, this was probably the quality of Triple H versus Shawn Michaels at Royal Rumble. Like, I'd consider it that,
Yeah.
if not a little bit better than that.
Kane versus Shane McMahon.
Kane versus Shane McMahon here, and that was actually fucking awesome, y'all.
That was a beast-ass match.
Yeah, so we have something that's very high tier. Like, okay, let's talk about the two last man standing matches that we've had this year before this one.
Nakamura and AJ.
This destroyed Nakamura and AJ. Even though I will say I like the finish of Nakamura and AJ still a little bit more with the low blow, and then the phenomenal forearm through the announce table. I still liked it a little bit more than the power bomb off the top rope. But
if the finish of this one had been her burying Charlotte in chairs like it looked like it might have been, I would say I like that one more, but they didn't do it. So
yeah, I would have said that I would have. Yeah, I agree with that. And then we have on NXT, we had Bald Boy Ciampa versus Gargano.
Yeah.
Great match, but the ending completely ruined it for me and just kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, the ending was dumb.
And I just felt very deflated, and that's when you knew that Gargano and Ciampa jumped the shark. They went too far with it.
Yeah.
So again, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair topped it just because it was smartly booked. It was well.
I only had one problem with the match.
What was it?
It was that table botch that they had the first time they tried to do it when she did the moonsault, and like the table just like fell over.
I was mad at the table. I was like, you couldn't just fucking break. You couldn't have just fucking broke with that moment.
All the other table spots were great though. Especially like the last power bomb, and the leg drop was fucking awesome too. But that last like power bomb, that shit was brutal. She fucking threw her ass on the floor.
That's true. Now I will say, for the first table bomb, Charlotte made it up by doing a flipping senton through a table, and that
it looked good.
It looked good. It was solid, and I felt like Charlotte was really pissed off when it didn't break. She was like, "I'm gonna fucking break it."
It's like, it reminds me of Randy Orton when he did it on the announcer table one time, and then he did it again. He was mad.
Yeah. It definitely reminded me of that. And then another table spot, Becky Lynch did something very surprising. I wasn't expecting her to pull out all the stops like this. It was really nice seeing Becky Lynch do all she could for once. Because I feel like Becky Lynch has been a very limited performer in what she's been doing in the WWE lately, during the past year. But this match, a big match with Charlotte Flair, arguably the biggest female wrestler on the entire planet right now, it allowed her to go all out, and Becky Lynch is pretty freaking awesome when she goes. I
was really glad she went over too, because at the end, after she buried her in the chairs and Charlotte got up, I was like, okay, if Charlotte wins at this point, this is bullshit, because like, how do you win after all that shit? So I was glad she still went over.
Yeah, totally. I also wanted Becky Lynch to go over Charlotte Flair as well, and I love Charlotte Flair, don't get me wrong, but
same.
At that point, though, and also just for the fact that there was no riots in the crowd, it would have been probably for the best if Becky Lynch won.
Yeah, they were like really behind Becky in the match.
You know, especially like after Becky Lynch does a top of the ladder leg drop through an announce table, like literally pulling out all the stops that she did in this match. It was wild, folks. It was a really, really.
They even went out in the crowd and everything. She chopped her like fucking 20 times.
Dude, this was log up a YouTube clip, because I'm gonna go full on wrestling smark here for a moment. Y'all need to log up a clip of Kenta Kobashi, All Japan Pro Wrestling or Pro Wrestling Noah. There was a time where he chopped a dude like 110 times. Just gonna put that out there, and it goes on for like 5 minutes of him just continuously chopping. It was like that in the audience between
boy, that boy woke up the next morning and was fucking sore.
You already know that's true. And these chops were thunderous too in that video, might add. It was definitely a fun spot to watch.
Like a Chris Benoit chop.
Okay. I don't think these were quite Chris Benoit chops.
They weren't quite.
No, not quite. Not quite Chris Benoit tier chops from Kenta Kobashi, but they were still Japanese. Woo! Woo! Woo!
So like a Ric Flair chop then.
Yeah, a Ric Flair-esque chop. My star rating for Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, 4.75 stars.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say I would give it 5, but that one table spot, if that one table spot hadn't happened, I'd give it 5.
I would also give it 5 stars for that. But because the table was an asshole, I can't quite give it 5 stars. But
Yeah,
this was easily the best women's match WWE has put on, probably possibly ever. So very much
better than fucking Banks versus Bailey.
Oh God, I'm so sick and tired of hearing about.
Maybe they can talk about this one from now on.
Yeah, I think they need to, because this is definitely one of your match of the year candidates for WWE right here.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
for crying out loud. For crying out, talk about this shit. Real talk.
It's pretty amazing. Like, there are two women put on, like, such a match of the year candidate.
Yeah.
Really shows you how good they are.
Yeah, exactly. It really does prove just how talented these women are, and it's to be expected given the fact that Becky and Charlotte Flair are two of the best WWE has. Like, when you put entire pay-per-views based around the women, you have to realize that the entire roster, as I said at the start of the video, very disjointed. But at the highest tier, you had the highest tier wrestling each other in a stipulation match. So it was going to be good. They were going to bring the heat no matter what. You guarantee it. Like, this match was the one I was looking forward to the most. And delivered. It's completely smashed. It even smashed my expectations. I was expecting this to be good. I wasn't expecting it to go this hard. It didn't have to go this hard. But damn, it went that hard, and I'm happy it did. Becky Lynch finally got her standout match in WWE, and dare I say that Charlotte Flair even has her standout match in WWE now. Y'all can put aside that Hell in a Cell match with Sasha Banks that wasn't even that freaking good. You can put that aside now. You can put aside that 30-minute Iron Man match with Sasha Banks. Actually, put aside every match with Sasha Banks, because Sasha Banks is a jobber in comparison to Becky Lynch, okay?
Yeah.
Alright. Now with that out of the way, we get to the main event of the evening, which I'm very mixed on.
I would say Rousey versus Nikki Bella was, the match itself was all right. It was actually a little better than I was expecting for Nikki Bella, but the match itself is also so retarded because Nikki Bella dominated the match when this should have been a fucking squash match.
That's the thing. So, Ronda Rousey, as we all know, is legitimately the toughest performer WWE has right now, next to like people like Brock Lesnar and things like that.
Yeah, next to like Brock, she is.
Yeah, like she has that legit UFC mixed martial arts background, and she has been really amazing in the WWE this year. She's done really well in the women's division. So giving her the main event is not a bad decision. And also for people like, oh, Becky Charlotte Flair should go on last. Technically, yes. But also, you have to remember that Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, by not quite going on last, got to take as much time as they wanted. And since Ronda Rousey and Nikki Bella went like 15 minutes or so, like nearly, like we're in like 20-minute marks here, this could have hindered Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair's time that they would have had to put on this match. So I'm actually happy that Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair went on just before. And also it gives you a sense of beat this, oh wait, they're not. Because I get to complain that it isn't the main event. And we all like complaining, right? We all love bitching and moaning on
we love it.
It's what makes the world go round. The match, as you said, needed to be a squash. Wasn't a squash. Ronda Rousey kind of got her ass beat by the Bella twins. I was very disappointed by that. Nikki Bella is not tough at all. The only thing that she has going for her is that ass twirl that she does at the start of her entrance, and then everything after that just completely goes downhill. She did okay, though. She did okay.
You know what the equivalent of this is?
What?
I just thought, it's like if Brock fought, like, let's say, like Jey Uso in a match, and he, like, was selling for the Usos or something.
Yeah, it really be like that here. It really does.
Imagine, like, Brock on the outside, and then the Usos super kick him.
And he, like, really sells for the entire match, then Brock rallies back at the very end. And, like, he climbs into the top rope, does, like, a belly-to-belly F5, and we're done. It's the same equivalent as that. It really is. Like, Nikki Bella, I will say in her defense, she's nowhere near as bad of a wrestler as Brie Bella is. That doesn't say a lot, though, about Nikki Bella's athletic prowess.
Yeah, considering Brie should be released from the company.
Arguably, like, again, like, I hate on Shayna Baszler a lot, but at least Shayna Baszler is safer with what she fucking does in the ring. I don't think she's ever injured anybody in the ring. I don't think she's ever concussed anybody in the ring. So she has that going in her advantage. Well, not Nikki, but Brie Bella has basically screwed up everything she's done in a ring since she has come back.
Yeah.
Everything. And
It's pretty horrible.
And she even took that double Samoan drop spot. Very awesome.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah, it didn't look very good.
But I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah.
My opinions on the match, overall, it was, like I said, it was okay. I definitely expect this to be a squash, and I wish it was, but if they were to go long, and especially the ending, I really did like how seamless the ending was, and I was surprised that Nikki Bella was able to kind of contort her body like the way she did to do this ending, where they went up to the top rope, and Ronda Rousey did this weird small package thing that looked brutal and segued perfectly into her armbar finisher. And I mean, Nikki
that looked pretty good.
That looked awesome at the end. Aside from that, though, this match was just over long. I really wished it was a squash, all in all.
Yeah, you could at least cut 5 minutes off of it at least.
Yeah, there was 5 minutes of the match that didn't need to exist. There was too much Nikki Bella domination. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for Nikki Bella to dominate. It doesn't make sense at all. Stop overrating the shit out of this woman.
Cut off 5 minutes of this and give it to Toni Storm versus Io Shirai.
How about we cut off 10 minutes of this match and give it to Toni Storm versus
that would be preferable.
That would be the best, and then we could have had a 20-minute match between the two. Also, did I mention that I like Io Shirai earlier in this video? Yeah, I really like her. I hope that WWE does good with her, and they don't...
I'd rather watch her do moonsaults a whole match than just watch Nikki Bella and Rousey again.
By the way, have y'all seen Io Shirai's ass? Y'all seen that shit? It's good shit. No, she used to do the photo shoots back in Stardom. Very sane. Yeah. Really nice buttocks she has. If you see it bare, top notch. I'm just being real with y'all for a moment. Excellent. Just excellent. Really awesome job. Just sublime.
Oh, yeah, they had a thick match.
I think I might need to see Kairi Sane versus Io Shirai in the near future, just for one reason and one reason alone. Waifu's battling it out. Gotta love it.
Well, if Sane doesn't get called up, then we might.
Oh, I mean, if Sane doesn't get called up, that match actually happened in Stardom, though. And multiple times in Stardom, matter of fact. And it was as awesome as you would think it would be. It was really good. The two wrestled for a 33-minute match, and it was pretty ridiculous. So, definitely check that out.
Was it PG?
Probably one of the most PG women's matches I've ever seen, for sure.
Oh, my.
I mean, it had a pile driver off the apron to the floor.
Isn't it so great when matches get the time that they need? It's so great, right?
Yeah, it's so awesome when matches get the time they need. Well, that match didn't, but still. You know?
No, this one definitely didn't.
No, it didn't, but, yeah, overall, my star rating for Ronda Rousey and Nikki Bella, 2-star flat. 2-star flat.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. 2-star.
And that pretty much wraps things up for Evolution. Now, I guess we could move on to a little bit about Crown Jewel, because I don't know if we'll do a podcast on Crown Jewel or not. And since this video is a little shorter than what we usually do, let's move on and talk a little bit about Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
There's a lot of controversy with this event, as we mentioned earlier, due to Saudi Arabia being a terrible country. Just god-awful in every single regard that you could imagine. They're trying to come off as a PG country. PG, if y'all don't know, if you don't follow Austin and I on Twitter, basically, PG is good. That's basically...
PG is the term of the gods.
Yeah, so this is not going to be the term of the gods.
This will be un-PG.
Un-PG, so ungodly. The matches that we have here are Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman. Since Roman Reigns...
Now, the last time they had a match, it wasn't very good, so I don't know how this one will go.
It's not going to be very good because we're in Saudi Arabia, and if Greatest Royal Rumble was any indication...
It's cursed.
It's cursed, and this event is already cursed, so this is just straight up going to suck. Come on.
I hope that McIntyre costs Strowman the match, so then we can get Brocky PG champion again.
The only issue that I have with that is that Reigns will beat Cancer before the Royal
That's
Rumble.
true. And then we'll get that as the main event again at Mania.
Because other than that, I wouldn't mind Brock Lesnar as a champion again. But if he's champion, we have to worry about getting Lesnar and Reigns again at WrestleMania. Just putting that out there. If there's no,
You know what Brock will say on fucking mic if Reigns comes back? They'll be in the ring, and like when he said, "I don't give a shit about your kids," he's gonna say, "I don't give a shit if you have cancer."
He would say that. That's awesome.
Because they'll go to any fucking lengths to get them to cheer him and shit.
They will. They really will. And there's only so far a pity can get you, dude. There really is.
Yeah.
AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan, a dream match. Absolute dream match.
Every fucking time they get the opportunity to call something a dream match, they will.
Yeah. This match is going to be very average because I don't know what it is. I don't see AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan having good chemistry. I don't know what it is. I just don't sense them.
Seems like a weird matchup to me. They seem to have like different styles.
Yeah, AJ Styles being the infinitely superior style. I'm sorry, Daniel Bryan stands as true. He's not that great. Bryan Danielson was way better. Just accept the facts. Just accept it. American Dragon stomps the yes movement. It's true. It's true.
Oh, yeah.
It's damn true. But yeah, this match, they'll try to make an epic out of it. Either that, or we're going to do the Shinsuke Nakamura thing, where this match will actually be really awesome and have a very bullshit ending. Like the last time.
Like Miz interfering or some shit.
Like the last time we went to Saudi Arabia, where the match was really awesome, building some heat, and then it ends awfully. Then the next match we got up is DX, Triple H, and the return of the boy toy sex.
The Heartbreak Boy Toy. Vince's boy. Yeah, Shawn
Michaels. Pat Patterson behind the scenes just looking at
Pat Patterson's like, oh, yeah. Shawn.
He back, boy. He back. The boy toy back. Bald boy toy, might I add.
Yeah, bald boy toy. Him and Triple H. It's funny because Taker had short hair for a while, and Triple H and Shawn Michaels used to have long hair, and now it's reversed.
Undertaker, not gonna lie, Undertaker looks way cooler than Triple H and Shawn Michaels does right now. Just putting that out.
Yeah.
Undertaker is actually performing pretty well given his health circumstances and things like that. He's not doing that bad. Kane has no business being here at all, but Kane is just here because it's the Brothers of Destruction. The Undertaker's backup.
Yeah, his back. That's what Kane is. He's his bodyguard.
Apparently, but Shawn Michaels coming out of retirement. For a bunch of...
The Saudi money.
Not blood money, as they're saying on the interwebs.
Yeah.
Then next up, we get the WWE World Cup. John Cena is out,
apparently.
Set to be replaced by an injured Bobby Lashley.
Were they really? They're replacing him with Lashley?
It's rumored. It's still up in debate, but Bobby Lashley is seeming to be the guy that they're going for.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it couldn't. The worst thing ever. Cute Kurt Angle, who is I
hope he wins.
Who's way too PG to be participating in this tournament. Jeff Hardy, another guy that's still too PG to be participating in this tournament. Randy Orton, another man that's too PG to be participating in this tournament.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, another man that's too PG to be participating in this tournament. Dolph Ziggler, who belongs here.
Spangler, he belongs in the World Cup tournament.
He does. The Miz, I don't know. Does he belong here or not? I kind of can't decide.
He can stay. He can stay in it.
And Rey Mysterio, he can stay in it too.
Yeah, he can stay. He can take his returning. I see he's going to get injured in this match. I'll tell you what Rey Mysterio is going to do. He's going to do that little what's the little jump that he does over the top rope after he does the fucking 619. He's going to land wrong on his toe, and he's going to be out for another 8 months.
Yeah, the seated senton. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. God damn it. And then him and like Samoa Joe are like the most fucking injury prone wrestlers ever. By the way, did you hear Joe is injured again? That's why I haven't seen him. Joe is easily the most injury prone guy I've ever seen in my life.
God, he gets injured so easily.
It's like, oh, Samoa Joe is back. He's gonna have a feud, lose this title feud. Boom.
Yeah. And it'll be like, he's back at the Rumble or some shit.
Yeah, and I'm just like, the weird thing is, like, he was gone. That would be my reaction. Is like, he was gone.
Yeah, he was gone. He didn't even realize it.
Yeah, that's sort of like my reaction. The final match that we have playing, we only have a 5-match card for this. Okay. The Bar versus the New Day.
Oh, God, big slow.
Well, it's the big move. It's the big bear.
Sure, nah. You got fucking Sheamus. And, well, so what? I wonder what they're going to do in their entrance now.
Well, it's the big show. Crack it up.
It's Michael Hayes.
Oh, if you never know, you won't see it coming. I
Promise you'll know.
It's the big show.
Do you know what's going to happen? That's going to be that's a preview of his Hall of Fame induction.
Yes.
Before Michael Hayes comes out live to perform it.
Dude. And then he does like the Backstreets like song, Atlanta, GA, down. Because Fabulous Freebirds, got to do that for some.
Oh yeah, and he'll do the song that Jeff Jarrett did with Road Dogg, the cringy moment.
I don't even remember that. I didn't. Watch
You don't? When they can't win Road Dogg and Jeff Jarrett for his speech, they went out and sang that song. It was like the most cringy thing ever.
I don't watch Hall of Fame induction ceremonies.
Okay, that's a good thing.
No, I watched the one in 2012 and I hated it. So yeah, I just stopped.
I'm trying to remember the 2012 one. I can't remember who was the.
I'm looking right now. WWE Hall of
One.
I think Edge was a part of it, from what I remember. I think Edge was a part of this.
I believe that's the one that Edge was.
Edge? Yeah, alright, makes sense. Mil Mosquedas, a.k.a. a man that eliminated himself from a Royal Rumble once.
Yeah.
Ron Simmons. Okay. Damn.
Oh, they kept saying he's the first black champion.
Yep. And Yokozuna, who he did, so Jimmy and Jay Uso had to...
yeah, they inducted him.
And then the Four Horsemen.
Yep.
And the celebrity was Mike Tyson. Cool.
Yeah.
That'll pretty much do it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do the typical YouTube shenanigans that every single YouTuber plugs at the end of their videos. And with that, I will see you next video. This is the Sailor Dodo, signing out.
Bye-bye.